بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the Copa del AlAnsaar draw live on Facebook with AlAnsaar. We've been waiting for this opportunity, we've been waiting for this day for a very long time. We're really looking forward to this occasion, and here we are right here tonight at the CQC in Cambridge, and I'm delighted to have with me two very special guests. Well, one of them is not really a special guest, he is kind of very much the man behind this whole operation. Why are you pointing at me? Ustad Saif Al-Alam, by the way. All right. Apologies there. But of course, to my left here, Ustad Saif Al-Alam, of course, and just give us a few words. Just tell us exactly what this whole event is all about, because it's not just this FIFA 17 tournament that we're doing, the Copa del AlAnsaar. There's a lot more going on, isn't there?
So Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. A couple of years ago, we did an event, a night in the mosque, where the youngsters of Cambridge, they came along. We stayed in the masjid and we had many games, activities, as well as Islamic reminders and reciting the Quran together, etc. And all the youngsters, they really enjoyed it, and they kept asking me, when's the next time you do something like this? Please let us know. So 2 years down the line, we've alhamdulillah managed to organize this event where it's not a night in the mosque, but it's an Islamic youth night where the entire evening we'll be spending, having fun and games, as well as having Islamic reminders and reminding the youngsters of Cambridge about certain things in Islam. But I think most importantly, the reason why we are having this event is to raise money for the Cambridge New Mosque Project. And more specifically, it's for the new carpets, for the New Mosque Project. So one of my friends, Moinuddin, he took it upon himself to, inshallah, raise money for the carpets for the New Mosque Project. And alhamdulillah, we're trying to help him as an Islamic organization. AlAnsaar, we're doing many activities, many events that will hopefully help us to raise money for the Cambridge New Mosque Project.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khair, Ustad Saif Al-Alam. So, of course, I forgot to mention who I am, because Ibrahim Rahman, I'm your host for tonight's event, this exciting live stream on Facebook. So, of course, we've got a very exciting program for you this evening, and we've just introduced Ustad Saif Al-Alam there, who is the co-founder of AlAnsaar, very much the driving force behind the organisation, and he's just given us a few things there, just told us a few things about what's going to happen tomorrow at the Islamic Youth Night. That will be taking place at the CQC from 5 p.m, so we hope to see many of you all attending, inshallah. So, sitting on to my right, of course, is, we're really honoured and privileged to have with us tonight Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
So if you could just say a few words just to explain to us about the Cambridge Mosque Project, because that is the cause that we're supporting for tomorrow. So just tell us a few things. The mic is yours for the next few minutes, inshallah.
That's right. Yes, well, alhamdulillah, it's really great that you young people are arranging this evening, because this is actually a really critical and exciting time for the project, which has been going on for, dare I say it, 9 years now. It was 9 years ago that we bought the land, wonderful acre site in a built-up area in Cambridge, a dream that the community had had literally for decades. I've been praying in Cambridge since 1979, if you can imagine such a dim prehistoric time. And even then I remember people sitting around at the message saying, we need a proper purpose-built mosque. Cambridge is a global city, people come here from all over the world, world's greatest university, very interesting local communities, why don't we have a proper masjid? It was 1979. But now, alhamdulillah, we bought the land, we got the planning permission, we got a great design, and the latest news is that we started construction 7 months ago. So there's a team of enthusiastic Irishmen working non-stop on the site, and we've already more or less completed the basement, which is phase 1 of the project. The basement is not, I'm afraid, for football. The basement is going to be for boring old parking. But that's really essential. Cambridge is an old medieval city where people haven't got a clue where to park, and obviously, because being good to neighbours is part of our religion, it's very necessary that particularly these late-night taraweehs that are coming up, we don't have lots of jolly people coming out at midnight and slamming their doors and hugging and salaaming and disturbing the neighbours. So putting them underground, 80 car spaces is going to be really an important step forward for the community. And then the next stage will be building the walls and the columns and the ceiling, so we'll have the shell of the building complete, inshallah, by November of this year. And I just got back from a very exciting mission to Switzerland, where our factory is actually already working on the timber units. They built the first column of the new mosque, and it's sitting in their car park, looking very lovely. It's 8 meters high, so the ceiling will be pretty high up. And they'll also be working on the walls, which are going to be trucked down the M11 in truly enormous trucks and then craned into position on the site, and we'll be seeing that inshallah later this year. So alhamdulillah, this is really a great time for the project and really for the history of Islam in Cambridge. I think you see so much goodwill and excitement, and especially the young people and the people who want the kind of khutbah, the kind of message that works for students at a major university. Really can't wait to see this thing happen. So alhamdulillah, there have been a lot of people who've really pulled their fingers out making this a reality, and the plan is that by December of next year, inshallah, we'll have a grand opening and opening the doors, and maybe we can do another of these fancy broadcasts from within the new mosque in a year's time, inshallah, and we're looking forward to it.
Great. Jazakallah khair. Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad, we've just come from abroad this morning as well, so the fact that he's actually taken the time just to be with us tonight is, we're really grateful. On behalf of AlAnsaar, we are really grateful that you could make it here with us tonight. So, and of course, there is still something very exciting to take place in just a few moments' time. So we will move on to the Copa del AlAnsaar draw in just a moment, but before we do get to that, this is the prize that you could be winning. Isn't that right?
This is the World Cup. This is the fake World Cup.
You don't want to belittle it. Don't say fake. This is a...
It's a trophy.
This is a proper
and it's
trophy.
worth winning. Yeah.
Yeah, we should be very proud if you win this thing. And also, we are both in this tournament as well, aren't we?
Yes, glad. I'm looking forward to playing against you, hopefully.
Well, it depends what side of the tournament you're on, because I think I'm in the PlayStation 4 side.
I was on about the final, because I know I'm going to go to the final.
Oh dear. Well, but here we go. This is the prize that you could be winning if you go all the way. You get to the final. You could be the FIFA King of Cambridge, the FIFA King of the Copa del AlAnsaar, the Copa del AlAnsaar champion. I think that we finally got there in the end, inshallah. So here we go. So just before we get to that, let's talk about the rules for the tournament. So the tournament's going to be split into two halves. So we're going to have 24 players, 24 registered players on the PS4 side, and there'll be 12 players on the Xbox One side. So all PS4 players will feature on one side of the tournament, and the Xbox One players are on the other side. So in round one, there's going to be... So in round one, I think we've got a list of fixtures, which if you can just bring the clipboard over there, which Ustad Saif Al-Alam has written up very nicely. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it that far, but here we go. We've got all the fixtures there. There's going to be 12 fixtures in round one on the PS4 side of the draw. And then on the Xbox side, I believe we have 6 games as well. For round one. So that is the draw that you'll be seeing tonight, if we can get both of the bowls out. And so we'll start off with the PS4. So, I think, have you got 24 numbers in there? Just check.
Okay.
As long as you can see a number 20 in there, I'm sure that'll be all right.
Yeah, there's 24.
We got 24. There's really 12 in there, isn't there?
Just one important thing I'd like to mention, if that's okay. Regarding the first round. So this draw is for the first round only. It's going to be a knockout competition, so the winner goes on to round 2, and the loser obviously gets knocked out. Round 1, ideally, we want to start at 5 o'clock and finish at 7. So you have 2 hours to, come along and take part in round 1. If you still have not played your game before 7 o'clock for round 1, then your opponent will automatically go through. Okay, so make sure you're here before 7. 5 till 7, that's the 2 hours that we have for round 1. So be there.
You heard it from him, you got to be there. So be there or be square, or otherwise you're going to go out. So make sure you're there from 5 o'clock, inshallah. So what else is there to mention? So, of course, we did mention that there will be a grand final right at the end of it. So that will be whoever is left last, the last man standing, essentially, from the PS4 side, the last man standing on the Xbox side, and you'll be playing for this trophy here. So that will decide who is the winner of the Copa del AlAnsaar.
There might be a runners-up prize, but you'll have to reach the final to find out.
But really, you don't want to be runner-up. You don't go all the way to the final just to be runner-up. You want to win. You want to be the winner. So that is essentially, this is the prize, inshallah. So, and just to mention how the final will work out, this will be played over 2 legs because we don't quite have the system in place where we can do someone playing on the PS4, playing someone against Xbox. So what we've done is that there will be, it will be split into 2 legs. So I think one of us will flip a coin, depending, well, if it's us two in the final. We never know, it could happen. I don't think we'll be able to toss the coin because that might imply some bias. So maybe we can get someone else who is, well, we'll decide on the night, I'm sure. So someone will flip a coin on the night and that will decide, and whoever wins the coin toss, they will get to decide whether they want to play on the PS4 first or on the Xbox first. Whichever way you feel that you've got the advantage, and there will be some tactics involved, I guess. So it will be played over 2 legs. So let's say first leg between us happens to finish like 1-1. Second leg also finishes a draw after 90 minutes. It will go to extra time, so there will be no away goals rule. It will go straight to extra time. If the scores are still level after extra time, it will go to penalty shootout. And then, of course, whoever wins penalties will win the final. They will win the trophy. So tomorrow, that is your opportunity to show who's the best at FIFA in Cambridge. And of course, we have sent out the rules. I believe Ustad Saif Al-Alam did send out the rules via text, through WhatsApp as well. I think there is an email that did the round robin as well. So we've tried to get the message out there, of course. But if you haven't checked any of those, do check those devices, your emails.
Comment maybe, and we could send you the rules and regulations again.
Yeah, of course, if you haven't received it or if it hasn't quite come to you, I mean, do check your junk mail as well. Sometimes things can land in there. So, but yeah, if you haven't heard anything, do get in touch with us. We'll send it out to you tonight, inshallah. Right, so this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Here we go. We haven't really rehearsed this, have we? No. We are going full on first time. Right, so here we go. It's time for the draw for the Copa del AlAnsaar. And so we have a bowl here containing 24 names numbered from 1 to 24. So each player has been given a number. So I'm sure that all of you have been given your assigned number now. You should have got a text or an email with everyone who's got a number there. So we'll go through the list very quickly in case you haven't heard. So starting from 1 to 24 in order. Player 1, Ibrahim Rahman. That happens to be me. Player 2, Sahil Khan. 3, Yasin Khan. 4, Shahid Jamal. 5, Shoaib Ahmed. 6, Anik Rahman. 7, Muav Hussain. 8, Mazhar Labib. 9, Imran Rahman. 10, Tayyib Khan. 11, Suhaib Hussain. 12, Ibrahim Faisal. 13, Kamil Rashid. 14, Shazaib Adil. 15, Yusuf Faisal. 16, Badrul Jaman. 17, Esref Mia. 18, Saad Aqil. 19, Taha Aqil. 20, Otman Makneen. 21, Zaid Makneen. 22, Zaki Makneen. 23, Umar Chowdhury. And last but not least, number 24, Rahel Mia. So those are 1 to 24 on the PS4 side of the tournament. So let's get started then. Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad, can you do the honours? Can you pick the first name or the first number out of the bowl, please?
This very cool bowl. When I first saw it, I thought that was the logo of the Cambridge Mosque Trust, and I was so impressed by the organisation of this event, but it isn't quite. It's almost as nice.
Sure, that's my cereal bowl.
Cereal bowl. Wow. You obviously have how many Weetabix every morning?
Cocoa Pops.
Okay. Right. Down to business. So I picked up the first one. And player 4.
So that's number 4. Number 4 is Shahid Jamal. So he is the first name out of the draw. So he will be up against Ustad Saif Al-Alam, who is the next person to come out.
Player 23.
Player 23 is Umar Chowdhury. So there we have it. Number 4, Shahid Jamal versus number 23, Umar Chowdhury. let's see, game 2. If you can pick out the next name out of the bowl, please.
Right, so now it's my turn again. And who have we here? Player 2.
Player 2 is Sahil Khan. That's number 2, Sahil Khan. All over to you. Who is the next man out of the draw?
He'll be playing. Oops, I got 2. Sorry.
Oh.
He will be playing. Player 10.
Player 10 is Tayyib Khan. That's number 10, Tayyib Khan. So Sahil Khan will be up against Tayyib Khan. I don't know if they're related at all. Is that a derby or anything? I'm not sure. But there you go. We've got a Khan derby. We'll go with that. Okay, game 3. Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad, please pick out the next piece of paper from the wall.
Bismillah. I have player 6.
Player 6, Anik Rahman.
This is Ibrahim's brother.
It's my brother, yes it is. And he's actually right here in the audience tonight as well.
I can see him sweating. Player number 9.
Number 9, Imran Rahman. Would you believe it? We got a Rahman derby. They're both my brothers. We're not going to sleep well tonight, I'm afraid.
Sibling rivalry here.
It's a sibling
Good.
rivalry. I was hoping there would be one form of sibling. It's not fixed, is it?
No. How can it's not fixed?
It's not the real FIFA.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Well, there we go. That could be the standout tie of the draw. Well, we've got 2 Khans already, and we've got 2 Rahmans as well. Game 4, Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad.
Okay,
First
let's give it a go.
player out the draw, please.
I have here player 8.
Player 8 is Mazhar Labib. Number 8, Mazhar Labib. Ball over to you, Ustad Saif al-Alam.
And I have player number 1.
11.
Oh, 11. I really need to look first. Yeah, player number 11, sorry.
Player 11 is Suhaib Hussain.
I've never done one of these before. Forgive me.
You can take your time, no rush, it's all good. So number 8, Mazhar Labib versus number 11, that is Suhaib Hussain. Right, game 5.
I have player 24.
24, Rahel Mia. Number 24 is Rahel Mia. Who will Rahel Mia be up against? Ustad Saif
Rahel
al-Alam.
Mia will be up against player number 1 this time.
Number 1, Ibrahim Rahman. I think that's me, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Good luck.
Well, we've got numbers from both ends of the draw there, 1 to 24, so there we go. I am up against Rahel Mia. Good luck to you. Next game, game 6.
Right.
Who's the first opponent coming out?
Lucky dip time. This time it is player 14.
Player 14 is Shaykh Adil. Shaykh Adil, and he will be up against
Player number 7.
number 7, Muav Hussain. So 14 versus 7, Shaykh Adil versus Muav Hussain. Right, we're on to game 7 now.
Right. Not too many girls' names there, I've noticed. Are you going to have another one for the sisters?
Can we do a FIFA tournament for the sisters?
Yeah, sure. If they're good at it. Yeah,
My sister plays FIFA.
we can do it. We can have one organised, inshallah.
Yeah, she's beaten us a few times at a
It
few
might
homely
be better
tournaments.
to keep them separate. All right. Let's not cause any disputes. Player 15.
Player 15. That is Yusuf Faisal. So Yusuf Faisal will be up against... Who will he be up against?
He will be up against player number 17.
17, Esref Mia. So 15 versus number 17. That's Yusuf Faisal versus Esref Mia. Okay, game 8.
Good. Not so many left now. Player 21.
Player 21, Zaid Makneen. And I know there are a couple other Maknees left in this draw, so...
There's a brother and a father.
Oh, that's interesting. Who's he up against?
He will be up against player number 19.
Which is Taha Akil. Brilliant. So 21, Zaid Makneen versus Taha Akil, number 19. On to game 9 of the PS4 side of the draw, please. Who is the first opponent?
Bismillah. Player 22.
Player 22, Zaki Makneen. Number 22, Zaki Makneen. Who's Zaki Makneen going to face?
He will be facing player number 12.
Number 12 is Ibrahim Faisal. So number 22, Zaki Makneen, is playing number 12, Ibrahim Faisal. Game 10.
Right. What have I here? Player 20.
Player 20 is Otman Makneen. Otman Makneen will be up against...
Up against.
There's 3 Makneens in the draw, isn't there? I'm wondering where he's from. I think... but anyway, if you just tell us who is that?
Player number 18.
18 is Saad Akil. I believe Taha and Saad Akil are both brothers as well. So there are quite a few siblings involved in this. But there we go. 20 Otman Makneen versus 18 Saad Akil.
They'll be practicing all night tonight, aren't they?
They will be, yeah. I'm sure the sweat is drooping. I can see it on your face right now, actually. But there you go. Right, we're on to the penultimate game, the penultimate fixture of round 1. So let's see game 11. Who is the first person? Yep, go for it, Sheikh, please.
Okay, Bismillah. Player 3.
Player 3, Yasin Khan. Who is Yasin Khan going to face?
He will be facing player number 13.
Player 13 is Kamil Rashid. So number 3, Yasin Khan versus number 13, Kamil Rashid. So let's decide who is going to be the home player of this tournament. There's no, because it's at a neutral venue, home and away doesn't really matter in this stage of the tournament. But if you can just come up with the first player to come out of this draw.
Right, this is the last one left, by the way.
Last one.
Yep.
Okay.
And the last one's going to be the remaining.
Yeah. Okay.
Player 5.
Player 5 is Shoaib Ahmed.
Shoaib Ahmed.
And who will he be facing?
He will be facing the last player.
No one. There's no one in there.
He will be facing
2, 3, 4. I think no, 4's there. 5. I think 5 hasn't been called up. No, 5 is there. Sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16?
16.
It's 16. So 16 is Badrul Jaman. Apologies for a little hiccup there, but we did get there. We have done the first round of fixtures, and we will read them all out in full right now. If we can just get the second bowl ready, while I read out all the fixtures for round 1 on the PS4 side of the tournament. So let's start again. So it's 4 versus 23. It's Shahid Jamal versus Umar Chowdhury. Game 2 is Sahil Khan, number 2, versus number 10, Tayyib Khan. Number 6, Anik Rahman versus number 9, Imran Rahman. I think that is probably one of the standout ties in this round here, the sibling derby there. I won't be sleeping very well tonight, I can assure you. Game 4, number 8 versus number 11. That is Mazhar Labib versus Suhaib Hussain. Number 24 versus number 1, that's Rahel Mia versus Ibrahim Rahman. Game 6, number 14 versus number 7, that's Shazaib Adil versus Muav Hussain. And then 15 versus 17, it's Yusuf Faisal versus Esref Mia. 21 versus 19, that's Zaid Makneen against Taha Akil. 22 versus 12, it's Zaki Makneen against Ibrahim Faisal. 20 versus 18, it's Otman Makneen versus Saad Akil. Number 3 versus number 13, Yasin Khan against Kamil Rashid. And last but not least, it's number 5 versus number 16, Shoaib Ahmed against Badrul Jaman. So I'm pleased to announce that we have completed the first round of fixtures. So remember, we're starting from 5 o'clock. Make sure that you're there as we get
to be finished before 7. So round 1, these fixtures needs to be played between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Brilliant. Okay, if we can just get the next sheet out as we go through the Xbox side of the draw. And if we can get the bowl. So let's put this one away. We can get this one out of the way now. I think we have a bowl just underneath the tablecloth here.
That looks like it.
That looks like it. And have we got 12 people in there? We haven't got 11.
No, I hope not. I'll just check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13.
An audience member said 13. Is that where the missing number went?
That's where the missing number went.
Oh, it did. Brilliant.
Player 16, just to make sure.
There we go. So that was the last one. Brilliant. Okay, so this time we'll start with you to do the first.
That's fine.
If you do the home side of the draw. So just before we do that, this is the Xbox One side of the draw. So from number 1 to number 12, here we go. It's number 1, Saif Al-Alam. Number 2, Jude Taylor. Number 3, Riyad Ahmed. Number 4, Mahdi Tassin. Number 5, Ibrahim Din. Number 6, Naim Khair. Number 7, Imran Ahmed. Number 8, Mahdi Ali. Number 9, Ahmed Ripon. Number 10, Asfar Khan. Number 11, Mani Alam. And number 12, Nabil Rahman. So that's number 1 to 12 there. So Ustad Saif Al-Alam, if you can tell us who the first person to come out of the Xbox One side of the draw, please.
So the first game is player number 5.
Number 5, Ibrahim Din. And Ibrahim Din will be up against who, Sheikh?
Let us see. Player 10.
Player 10, Asfar Khan. So Ibrahim Din, number 5, against number 10, Asfar Khan. Over to game 2, please.
Game 2. Player number 7.
Number 7, Imran Ahmed. Imran Ahmed will face who, Sheikh?
Player 12.
Player 12, Nabil Rahman. So that was number 5. There was number 7, wasn't it? Yeah. So it was 7. It was Imran Ahmed versus number 12, Nabil Rahman. Right. Let's pass the ball across. Who have we got in game 3?
Game 3.
Of the Xbox One side.
Player number 6.
Number 6, Naim Khair. Who is Naim going to face?
Player 9.
Player 9, Ahmed Ripon. Naim Khair versus number 9, Ahmed Ripon. That is a mouth-watering tie there. Game 4.
Game 4. Player number 1.
Number 1, Saif Al-Alam. Our very own Saif Al-Alam. Right, all eyes are on this one here.
Who is this unfortunate person? I have player 3.
Riyad Ahmed. So Saif Al-Alam will be playing Riyad Ahmed.
He's one of my students. He has to let me win. Otherwise, not good in class. There's going to be some very serious words going on, exchanging.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one. That is a very interesting tie. Right, here we go. Penultimate tie of round 1 of the Xbox One side of the tournament. Who's coming up in game 5?
Player number 11.
Number 11, Mani Alam. Mani Alam is up against who, Sheikh?
Player 8.
Player 8 is Mahdi Ali. So, Mani Alam versus Mahdi Ali. We should have 2 left.
Yes, we have.
We do, good. Brilliant. So, who have we got now?
Player number 4.
Mahdi Tassin will play...
Last and not least.
Who's the last person to come out of the draw?
Player 2.
Player 2, Jude Taylor. So there you go. Mahdi Tassin in game 6 will be facing against Jude Taylor. So that concludes the Xbox One side of the Copa del AlAnsaar. So we'll go right from the beginning for this. So number 5 versus number 10, Ibrahim Din against Asfar Khan. Game 2, number 7 versus number 12, Imran Ahmed versus Nabil Rahman. Game 3, it's number 6 versus number 9, that's Naim Khair against Ahmed Ripon. Game 4, it's Mahdi Tassin against... Game 4 is Saif Al-Alam against Riyad Ahmed. Apologies there. Game 5, it's Mani Alam against Mahdi Ali. And last but not least, it's Mahdi Tassin versus Jude Taylor. So there you have it. Those are all the fixtures done for round 1, and I'm pleased to say we got through that pretty well. I think we've both done a really good job, considering this is the first time you've probably ever done a draw like this, would you say?
Do I get a prize as well?
Do you want the cup? No. You should have taken part in the tournament with us, Sheikh. I think it would have been.
Is it actually chocolate?
I think he's eaten them all personally.
Yeah, I just picked up from Tesco, huh?
Brilliant. So there you have it. That is the end of the Copa del AlAnsaar draw. So we will be publishing this whole draw online. You will get to see it if you haven't already done so. And have we got any final few words that you'd like to mention before we head off?
Yeah, just hopefully everyone can come on time tomorrow. Please, if you haven't registered, don't worry, you can still come along tomorrow, take part in all the other things that we'll be having. So FIFA tournament is just one game that we're having tomorrow night. But we're also having a tug of war competition, table tennis competition, Connect 4, Jenga. There's many other things happening, as well as food, refreshments, and also Islamic reminders as well, inshallah. Just before I give it back to you, I just want to mention about a future event that AlAnsaar are organising. And again, this is to raise money for the Cambridge Mosque Project as well. And this is a 7-a-side tournament that we're having on the 21st of May. So if there is any brothers who are over 16 and you can get 7 players together, forget FIFA, this is the real thing now. Okay, so May the 21st, get 7 guys together and compete in the 7-a-side football tournament.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair, Ustad Saif al-Alam. You've been absolutely fantastic. You've done the draw in a very professional and amicable manner.
Next time I'll wear my glasses, I think. Yeah.
You should have followed the example of the Sheikh. I mean, he is the model to really follow, isn't he? I should just very quickly mention, just before I do go over to you for a final few words, just a quick few things to mention for the tournament tomorrow. In terms of team restrictions, so you can pick any team you like, any club, any national team. Just don't pick Classic 11 or the Adidas All-Stars because they're just simply too strong. So just to give everyone a chance, you can pick any team you like throughout the tournament, any club or any national team. So I just thought I'd mention that. And each game we probably predict will be about 10 minutes in full, so it'll be a half length of 4 minutes, so 4 minutes per half. That will be all the way through. Of course, with the final, that is an exception. It will stay 4 minutes per half, but that'll be played over 2 legs. And then, of course, if it needs to go to extra time, then it will do so, and then of course there is penalties. But at any point during these games, are we going to do? Did we decide we'd do extra time even in the earlier rounds?
I think we're just going to have to go to penalty shootout just to save time. Yeah.
Okay, so after 90 minutes in the earlier rounds, it will go straight to penalty shootout. So whoever wins penalty shootout, that is it. You are through to next round, and if you're a loser, well, tough. That's it. You're out, I'm afraid. So there we go. And of course, we want to make sure that everyone does behave. We all want to have fun, but at the same time, remember, we're doing it for a very important cause, so we hope that everyone will show that really good side and show that we're all here to enjoy ourselves, but at the same time we're doing it with the intention that this is for a very noble cause, a chance to be part of something that is historic, a very unique project in many ways. And I'm sure Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad, before we finish off, he'll just say a few things, just to give us a quick reminder for those who might have just tuned in right now. What would you like to say? I'll pass my cue.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, this has been so well organised, and I think we did it jolly well, didn't you, Saif al-Alam? Yes. Maybe we should do the Oscars next time. What do you think? Yeah. They made such a mess of it. We were much better. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. I mean, this is obviously going to be great fun, and we're really grateful to all the young people who are coming together to have this fun with us and to inshallah make a contribution to what actually will be a very serious and important place for all of us. The masjid is like, to the community, like the heart in the body. You can't really do without it, and everything depends on it. And we hope that everybody who's contributing, even if it's £10 or more than that, will feel a sense of ownership, that they're stakeholders in the new mosque. Mosque in Arabic means jami', which means that which unites. It's inclusive. Everybody should come. So now is the time really when people can actually be sort of putting their pennies on the table and actually building their akhirah by making their own contribution to this place, which, who knows, inshallah, there's churches in Cambridge that have been here 800 years. Maybe it'll be here in 1,000 years. When we're dust and forgotten and nobody cares, the message will still be there. And your £10 or whatever it is will still be earning an ajr and a sadaqah, and will be helping people with their istighfar and their ibadah and their turning back to Allah, which is the most important thing of all. So it's a game, But actually, it's leading on to this wonderful thing for Cambridge, inshallah, which is going to lift up, inshallah, not just the Muslims, but the whole city, inshallah, which really needs a kind of spiritual heart, I think, at the moment. So anyway, bless you all, alhamdulillah, and thanks so much to the organisers.
Great. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for coming, Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad. Once again, we are really honoured and privileged that you were able to be with us tonight and to be part of something fun, but of course, as you mentioned, it is for a really important cause, so we really do appreciate you being here with us tonight. So once again, Ustad Saiful Alam, Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad, thank you very much for your time and for your support. You've all done a marvellous job with the draw, so well done. And of course, many thanks to all of you for watching as well. Thank you all for watching this special event, this Copa del AlAnsaar draw. And of course, it was great to hear a few words about the Cambridge Mosque Project. Remember how you can also get involved. We'd love to see more of you get involved. You can find out more information on www.cambridgemosquetrust.org. That's that logo here. I'm not sure where you're pointing. But of course, to find out more about AlAnsaar events as well, so of course tomorrow is the Islamic Youth Night, which is this poster here, just behind Shaykh Abdal Hakim, just behind him there. We will be having more events as well, so please, whatever way you can support us as well. And we want to see more volunteers get on board as well, so the more people the better, inshallah. And hopefully we can make Cambridge a really exciting place for people, not just from Cambridge, but from outside of Cambridge to be involved with as well. That is the game.
Love to see you guys involved as well, inshallah.
Inshallah. So that's it. So thanks to all of you once again for watching. Jazakallah khair. I've been Ibrahim Rahman. You've been watching the Copa del AlAnsaar draw live on Facebook with AlAnsaar. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Assalamu alaikum.